It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked to your midday broadcast of Expresso. Got to say, we're in the presence of a real superwoman today, and I love it. Not only is Frieda Olivia an important local staff member in the Consulate General of the Republic of Indonesia here in Cape Town, she owns a food truck that offers authentic Indonesian food in the Cape Town area called Bali Food Truck. Cannot wait to taste what we are making today. She's now with us in the kitchen along with her chef, Gino, and husband, to show us how to prepare a traditional fried rice dish called Nasi Goreng, which will be served with tempeh. Did I say any of that right?
Yes, correct. I approved.
Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that, and I appreciate the fact that you have brought a little taste of Indonesia, as is, I'm sure, the purpose of your food truck. Why have a food truck and bring Indonesia to the South African people like this?
Well, the main intention is because I found initially there wasn't any Indonesian food in Cape Town, while we have the history link. So that was a big question. So that's the main reason why we have the food truck, to promote Indonesian cuisine more to Cape Town and South Africa, so they start familiar with Indonesian food. Because there are Chinese food, there are Thailand food, and they are familiar with that, but no Indonesian food. So that's the main reason.
Which seems like an indictment when you look at our cultural ties. So, Gino, I know you're the strong silent type, and I promised him I wouldn't work him too hard. But please tell me, what's going into the wok now? What have you put together there for our?
I braised some onions, garlic, and a little bit of chili. I put our sweet soya sauce in it with the shrimp paste, and now the main ingredient, the rice. The rice need to be cold, very important.
Okay.
Yeah, so the secret of the nasi goreng is the sweet soya sauce and the shrimp paste. But for those who are allergic with the shrimp paste, you can skip that. But the sweet soya sauce is the main secret. The good sweet soya sauce.
The good sweet soya sauce.
And the rice as well. It needs to be cooked before
and then cold.
And cool.
What would you say typifies, maybe it's too complex or broader question to answer in one go, but what would you say typifies the food of Indonesia?
Well, it's quite difficult to explain in general because we comprise a lot of islands, a lot of ethnics, and every ethnic has different uniqueness and their own authenticity. It's different. In one recipe, it can be different tastes because of the ethnicity and also because of the main crop in the area. For example, for Javanese people, they tend to have a sweeter taste compared to Balinese or Padang or Manado to the east. They are more brave to the chili and their own spices. So every region has their own uniqueness.
I mentioned the word tempeh, and I have no idea what that is. What is tempeh?
Let me introduce you to tempeh.
Don't laugh, Gina.
This is how tempeh look. Tempeh is a superfood from Indonesia, considering a staple protein source and affordable as to meat alternative. So in the years back, this tempeh is invented in Java Island by accident. A person who worked in the tofu factory found out that tempeh is made out of the soya bean. So that's how it created.
And now you have this amazing superfood plant-based protein as well.
Yes, I would say that tempeh is a better version from tofu.
Really?
Because it has more benefit, health benefit, it's a great source protein, and because of the fermentation process, it's easily absorbed to your
really
body.
Good for the guts.
It is. So it is a great product for those who wants to practice a healthier life, as well as for the person who wants to cut down the animal meat consumption, and perfect for vegan and vegetarian.
When you said that this is a better alternative to tofu, the way that you said that is like people often argue with you about that.
Yes, because they are feeling skeptical. Oh, Look how it, don't judge by the look.
I think it looks really cute, man.
The texture is much better than tofu. It's firm texture. It got a meaty,
kind of an umami
hearty,
taste.
umami taste, and you can do whatever you want to do with tempeh. Just treat this as your meat.
I love that.
You can even braai it. South Africans love braai, right?
And we're all about that meat-free kind of injection here on this show. We are trying so hard to play our part to reduce the amount of, in particular, red meat, but just in general, the philosophy behind introducing more plant-based varieties. We're all about that. So, Gina, what's going on there? You've flown ahead.
I just look at pretty. My wife looks pretty, so I need to have it.
That's only said in front of the camera.
Oh, really?
I like about that.
So there you go.
Full of extra spice. I think it looks amazing. I've got to ask, is there prawn paste in this particular
Yes.
one?
Yeah.
Okay, it
sorry.
precludes me from eating it because the great tragedy of my life is that I'm allergic to shellfish. But you are the boss, so you can taste and you can tell us how well he's done with this one. When you put together a menu for a food truck, especially wanting this to be an advertisement for Indonesian cuisine, how do you go about that? Because there must be so much that you can select from. What principle do you follow?
The principle we are following is the authenticity of the food, and we choose the food that already known in Indonesia and in other countries. So for us, it's easier to promote the food that's already known. And we don't compromise the quality. We use the local ingredients. We support local, although our food is Indonesian food, but we try our best to support all the locals, farmers, local ingredients. So, yeah, that's basically the principle.
We're
and
making
also
the tempeh ourselves.
Ah,
Yeah.
you see. You've got to do a harder sell then of the tempeh on the show, the fact that you guys are doing it. What's the reaction you get? Do you both man the food truck? Do you know, are you the guy who actually mans the food truck?
I'm getting the truck from point A to point B, get everything ready for the ladies, and then they're behind. My main thing is with our business is keep the original inside. I will do my business further on, but it's always so interesting to see when you have other people behind your stand that is not Asian. So it's always tastes better when the Asian actually cooks. I just do this because it's like a breakfast for her every morning.
Every morning. Oh, sweet, man. I feel like you've let us just a little bit inside your beautiful dynamic. What has the reaction been of the Cape Town public to the food?
it's mind-blowing. We receive a great feedback from the South African customer. Initially, they are like, it's going to be the same with other Asian foods, but we try to convince them to try on. Try first. If you don't like it, you don't have to. At least you experience it. But most of the time, they always come back to us. So for us, it's overwhelmed that no South African is receiving our...
Where do you guys park the truck? Where do you guys hang out?
At the moment, because of the lockdown situation, unfortunately, we parked the truck quite a while, but we've been active from home, doing the home delivery, private events. So that's what we do now. But since beginning of December, we are going to permanently open at Route 44 in Stellenbosch.
Route 44 in Stellenbosch. We know it. We absolutely love it. And I think it'll be a beautiful addition there. But as she said, they are available for private functions at the moment and producing their own tempeh as well, which is absolutely amazing. Well, I got to say, it's quite torture not being able to taste what looks absolutely beautiful. But
I will make it for you without the strip.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely might score a pack there. But I suppose I would be a very ungracious host if I didn't make you guys a coffee this morning. In our show, we are all about the coffee and really good coffee as well. So after the break, I will give you guys a little something that you can take away with you. But I've got to say thank you so much for spreading your love and your passion for what you do, not just within the cuisine, but the culture.
Definitely.
And, I'm learning some major lessons here. I'm really, really proud to be a Cape Townian and a South African right now because of that. When we return, we're going to sip on a coffee. We'll see you in a moment.